You'll see, they'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
You know where Payan is? His tone desperate. Sophia frowned, looking around at the tense faces. No, it's been a while since I last saw her. I was in the washroom. Jimmy grabs his hair in frustration, tugging roughly. We can't find her anywhere. Sophia's eyes widen in alarm, and she joins the frantic search of Payan. Tim roams the grand corridor of the mansion, hunting for her. Then he spots a figure sitting alone in a dark corner, back facing him. A wave of relief crashes over him, and he races forward. Payan presses heel, and you turn toward him. He immediately drops to his knees, taking a deep, shuddering breath at the sight of you, pulling you into his arms. With fierce desperation, where were you? We have been searching everywhere for you. What happened? Why are you sitting here on the floor? He bombarded you with questions, his grip tightening around you. You silently listen to tears streaming down your face. He leaned back slightly, cupping your face gently. Hey, why are you crying? I'm here now. I have got you. Nothing's going to happen to you. He wipes your tears and relates, then spends a poker eyes, relief washing over their faces. What are you doing here? We were looking everywhere for you. He kneels beside you, Jacob joining him. Why are you crying, Princess? He speaks softly, his voice less with worry. You hesitantly wipe your tear, glancing at Young. Nothing. I just thought Young was angry with me. Young thought deeply. I can never be angry at you. Love, you are my breath. I can't survive even a second without you. That is your great burst, planting a kiss on your forehead. You have no idea. Just being away from you for a little will felt like hand. He kisses your temple and even presses a gentle kiss on your hair, as if you were the most fragrant flower. Come on, let's go to our room. Saying this, he lifts you into his arm and carries you away. Jung enters the room, holding you in his arm. As soon as the door opens, his eyes widen in shock at the sight before him. The room is adorned with rose petal and candles, creating a deeply romantic atmosphere. With heart-shaped balloon are scattered across the floor. His mouth was open in surprise, and he whisked at you. This what is all this, Princess? You glance at his shocked expression with a smile. Your birthday gift. The word escaped your lips in a low whisper, bringing a soft smile to Theon's lips. He steps inside and gently makes you sit on the bed. All this for me, it's beautiful, love, thank you. He says, oh, blame, running his finger through his hair as you watch his face light up with joy. Then his eyes fall on the bed where make me your return. The rose petal, his eyes widen even more as his fingers at this. Princess, did you do this? The words get caught in his throat, his gaze desperate as it fall on you. Yes, it's all part of your gift. I told you you will get your present in the room. A shocked whisper left his mouth, spreading a wide smile on his lips. He kneels in front of you, taking your hands in his. Really, Princess, does this mean you have forgiven me? You nod and says the past was past. Now focus on the present. A soft sugar escapes his lips. He kisses your hand and cups your face tenderly. I'm sorry, Princess. Sorry for all the pain and tears I caused. Thank you for expecting me. He places his arm gentle back on her lips and look into her eyes. The eye contact between them radiates a warmth, pulling them closer. Lips pressed against her and then presses them to hers with intensity. She stands on their bodies and start kissing passionately. He was literally eating her with their hands thrown all over their body. Are you sure? Are you ready for me, Princess? He searches for a hint of hesitation, but find none. She cupped his face. Yes, I'm ready to be yours. He looked at her while she touched his hair. Think well, but once I begin, there is no return back. He stroked your cheek with his thumb, with an intense eye contact. I have already thought it through. I want to step back. Make me your young, make love to me. A dark chuckle trembles from his chest as he look at you with his intense eyes. I'm gangster, Princess. I don't make love. I heart his lips before he sends a shiver down your spine as he notices your expression. I can't be gentle, love. I'm ruthless both outside and in bed. Will you accept me? He looks at her with those same dark eyes as she hits sharply. I accept you with your ruthlessness and toughness, while too he smirk and cups her face, leaning in. But she suddenly places your hand on his, making him frown. Your hand is bleeding. You grab his injured palm in concern. He looks looks into her worried eyes and puts his hand from her grip. Tonight we will play, we will sweat, and you will cry, he said in a dark voice. They stared at each other for a few moments, gulping each other with their bare eyes and connecting their lips. They started to give each other a hug. Next morning, James pointed with my eyes open slowly and I lowered my gaze to the lady sleeping in my arms, tugging into me just like a baby. A smile plays on my lips as memories of last night flood my mind. She's wearing my soul, her body hurt. My hands and to kiss her lower abdomen. It must be so much too rough in her last night, but I can say my fears lady like my in bed. My eyes stick to her lips, swelling even more tempting now. I took a low strand of her hair falling on her face. She stares and slowly opened her eyes. Good morning. He whispered in a tight voice, snuggling into his neck as he kissed your hair. A very good morning to my precious lady. He kisses your temple and the two of you stay wrapped in each other's arms for a while. Theong, your voice breaks the silence and he hums. You won't leave me, right? His brow twitches and he looks at you immediately. What kind of a question is that? I will never leave you, baby. We consummated last night. You would not get bored of me now, right? I hear them barking and have many moments in their lips. Your voice trembles at the end and he immediately goes to enjoy some rest. Never, my lady, there is no one in my life except you. No one in our lives except your love and for us for letting bored. I don't just want your body, I want your soul, your love. I want you forever. He kisses your back and you sniff softly. Promise me you will never get angry at me, that you will never leave me. He frowns slightly at your word but not quickly when he saw your teary eyes. Your breath, I can't leave you. How can I live without my life? He places a long kiss on your forehead, looking into your most eyes. Bye, take care. You have waved to Tiara, who was heading out to study. The John Bella said arranged everything for her so she could complete the education she had missed. That's why she left under tight guards protection. Your eyes slowly roam across the hall, a stillness meeting your gaze. Sophia Jim and John were out of work and Chakoji was in gym working hard. Would you make your way toward the gym and quietly step inside? There he was, her husband dripping in sweat, wearing only his shorts, doing one-handed push-ups. His messy hair clung to his damp forehead, hot to cause of the walls. You took slow, deliberate steps toward him and he looked up, locking eyes with you. What will give you? Princess still on the floor. He rests his head on one elbow and speaking deeply voice. Why do I need a reason to come here? You sit beside him smoking and blue chuckles slip from his lips. I never said that, my lady. He says his head in your lap, guiding your hand into his ear, and you begin stroking it with a faint smile. Tired, you ask as your finger runs through his damp strands. He closes his eyes. Just hungry for you, just let me slip inside your tall me into your warm stomach. So rises through your body as his lips up. Jump through your voice stroke as his lips move higher. But before you can say further, he slips out of your cup and places a finger on your lips. Let me have you by quickly gets you toward the tower on the side table then. of shoes called an anti-pressed boy that caused through the thick wall which belonged to Clown, who seemed to be discussing something serious with Jimin and Jaco. Alongside the three of them stood their trusted guards, James and Pranzo, whose faces were cold and stunned, listening intently to their boss words. Now we need to go after his words cut off abruptly as his gaze shifted to the far end of the room where someone stood, his broad wrist, and he slowly rose to his feet. Sophia, you are here? He asked with a raised brow as Sophia stepped in with a quiet stare, instantly drawing everyone's attention. And I'm sorry for overhearing your conversation, but it really hurts me that you keep something this big from me. She spoke, folding her arms across her chest. Jungkook turned toward her and said, Sophia, we will deal with the Wilson on our own, he said, trying to make her understand the gravity of the situation. Who is this Wilson? Look, I'm your friend, and you have to share your problem with me, she said firmly. The three men exchanged their glance and signaled James and Pranzo to leave. The two guards bowed and exited. Sophia took her seat on the couch. All you need to know right now is that Wilson is fine, simple, the one after the tunes. He's the one who planned our dad's death. What? But I have never even heard his name in the underworld, she said, shocked and tense. The three men shared another. That's because he is left no trace in the underworld. But a few days ago, we got intel from one of his partners, and he gave us Wilson's one weakness. What is his weakness? Her boyfriend, voice laced with desperation. His son, David Wilson. He crawled through Glenn's door. Our informant told us he is obsessed with Bar's pose, and so now we know exactly where to find him. A smirk curled on her lips, and the brothers smirked in return. They have already sent a man into every and but he won't be in just any corner. I will find him in one of those strange exclusive ones where we need to keep an eye on those. You are right, we will personally check out on a few high-end clubs and bar. I will help you, she said in a deep dark voice, giving them a glimpse of her mafia side. Alright then, yours, but he just doubled. He turned darkly at the photo of Wilson lying on his head table and stood with her dog his mouth. A car entered the mansion through the grand gate, and Jim stepped out, talking on a call. As he began walking inside in a spare, and he glanced on those guards who bowed to him. He entered the living hall, entered the hall, and scanned the entire room with his dark eyes. But the person he was looking for was nowhere inside. Unbuttoning his coat, he threw it onto the couch. Why in Princess, where are you? Losing his tie, he heads toward the upper room, but does not find her in any of them. From front, he descends and begins searching again. Princess, where are you? Shouting, he makes his way toward the swimming area where he sees Ryan sitting by the pool, like stepped in water and talking on the phone. A sigh of relief escapes his lips. His gaze softens as he watches her and moves toward her. So you are here, and I have been looking for you all over the mansion. You look up upon hearing his voice, and you fall looking at him. He kneels before you and pulls you into his arms in whispers. Peace, he mumbles, whispering into your neck, breathing you in as you slowly caress his back. Almost right here, Jimin, you assure him softly. He places a long kiss on your neck before leaning back and locking eyes with you. I missed you. I just wanted to breathe every inch of you, he says, caressing your cheeks. You smile slightly, understanding his emotion. By the way, what were you doing here at the pool? He asked with a serious brow as you shifted your eyelashes, glancing around. I just wanted to play in the water, you say, gulping. He narrowed his eyes at you, but then let out a small chuckle, seeing your panicked face. Okay, Princess, you can play here. No one will stop you, he says gently. You don't, but then phone as you see him removing his shoes and socks. What are you doing? Confusion flicker across your face as he gives you a mischievous look and suddenly jumps into the pool, splashing water onto you. What are you even? Your words get stuck in your throat when you see him standing tensed in his right shot, water dripping off him. He runs a hand through his hair, curling extremely hard. His soft, short, green his skin like a second layer, showing off his heart just in perfect edge. Should I just take the shirt off? For a perfect view, madam, his words snap you out of your trance. Embarrassed, you turn your face away. There is no need to be embarrassed for drooling over your husband. You glance at him as he gives you a teasing smile, then he moves closer in the pool and lifts you up in his arm, making you stop. Jimmy, what are you doing? Put me down. You struggle in his arm as he walks you into the pool. You wanted to play, right? Then let's play together. Saying that, he sets you down gently in the water. Your eyes fire in panic as you begin playing, trying to get out of the water. Jimmy, help me, I can't swim, please. You shout in panic, splashing around. He smiled clearly. In an instant, he scooped you back up into his arm. You immediately wrap your arms tightly around his neck. It's okay, come on, just got you, relax, nothing going to happen to you. He soothes you, running his hand gently over your and still hold you. I'm sorry, I don't know you. His words are cut off when you place your finger gently on his lips. I'm okay, you say through trembling lips, not wanting him to feel guilty. He takes a sharp breath, looking softly into your face. You wanted to play, right? Then let's play. I'm here. Nothing will happen to you. Looking into your red eyes, he tried to reassure you, but you looked hesitant. I promise nothing will happen. I won't let go, love. He spoke sincerely. You look around the pool and slowly dip your hand in water when you still resting around his neck. You splash it gently, a smile forming on your lips. Gradually, you begin splashing more with both hands, smiling wide. Jimin wanted admiring your joy, but then you suddenly splash water onto his face. He is amazing. You know, I've never played in water like this because I used to be scared, but today I'm playing because of you. You love continuing to splash on him. No, please stop, don't do this. He raises his palm to shield his face, but you keep going, giggling and splashing more. No, I won't stop. You have to play with me. You shout desperately, but then softly as he grabs both your hands, you run off his and pins them behind you with your face shining. Water droplet mirror his and you push his hair away from his forehead. Looks like my princess being naughty, he says in a husky deep white lips and shiver inside you. You gaze into his eyes with a darkness of but something intense consuming. You feel yourself getting lost in them. Suddenly a cool breeze makes you shiver and you look down only to realize he is unbuttoning your shirt. What are you doing? Your breath hits as he slips the shirt off your shoulder and throws it aside. Going to punish my little red. He pulls her close by the waist, her body pressing against his chest, barely covered now. You are going to punish me. A small word forms on your lips, his gaze lingering there. As he gently brushes her lower lip with his thumb. Yes, sweetheart, he leans in his sweet voice low and asking his lips closely near her, sending her breath into yours. Jimin, your voice barely escaped before his lips and John's brother sat in the living hall, tense expression on their face, drink in hand. The silence in the hall felt like the calm before a raging storm. A dark color radiant of the three of them. Just then Chuck phone rang and he picked up the call. What? But how the hell did they find out about this? You then what the hell were you people doing there? I want the shipment back by tomorrow. And the trader leaked it to the rival too. He burst out in anger over the phone, then cut the cord and threw it onto the table. Jimmy looked at him, demanding answer, running a hand through his hair chocolate. Silver spoke. We lost the shipment to the rival, he told in rage. The other two eyes turned dark as the clenched fist and face there turned down. Who the want to die by our hand? Who is the traitor that's been giving no information all this time? He flung his hand on the table, then placed a hand on his shoulder. Don't worry, once we get our hand on Wilson, the traitor's day will come to an end too. His voice dropped dangerously. The three of them extended their clenches, then centered and bowed. Boss, we found David. He is currently at Lexi Club. The moment he said that, all three of them turned toward him and Jimmy walked up to him. Are you sure about the information? Because if we miss David again tonight, he will be buried alive. His deep, dangerous words made Prince shiver, but he composed himself. The information is solid, boss, but we have 2 minutes now to catch him. Junko flicked his tongue and gave his example to Jimmy. Jimmy gave him a small one with a face. Be ready for the attack, he ordered Prince of and left. The three of them moved ahead when suddenly a voice stopped them. Where are you going? She raised her dress whilst holding her purse like she was going out herself. We were just, his words were cut off by a sweet, weak voice which belonged to Wine. Where are you three going? She walked up to them, seeing her. Their expression greatly softened. We are stepping out for something important, Versus. He gently kissed her hair. She looked at them with tired, vulnerable eyes. I'm not feeling okay. Don't leave me alone, she pouted. But the reports were clear. Princess, you were just a little weak. You need to rest. He stopped her as he spoke. Fine had been feeling unwell for a few days, so Jungkook had taken her to the hospital. But the reports were normal. She was just weak and low on vitamins. Had rest, but I don't want to be alone. Please stay with me. She looked at them with puppy eyes. Their hearts ached. They could not bear hurting their princess. Please, princess, just for today. Let us go after this. We won't leave your side again. But I want to come with you. I'm not feeling well. Try to understand. She came closer to Jungkook. Her eyes bleeding, trying to stop him. He gulped, seeing her eyes. We understand, love, but just today let us go. If you really want to step out, go. Go with Sophia. Breathe some fresh air. You will feel good. He said in soft voice. Yes, I'm going to meet my boyfriend. You will come with me. Get some air. We can even go for a long drive if you want. When I looked at Sophia, then back at Jungkook. But I want to be with you guys. She clasped her shirt and her small waist stubbornly. All three shut their eyes. They could not find a way to explain. For days, Pine had been having mood swings and an intense need to always be around them. And in this critical condition, it was becoming a problem. With love, please just today. I promise we will never leave you again. Yes, princess, today's mission is important. After that, you will never be alone again. Just touch us today. He held her hand in his rough hands and looked into her eyes, waiting for an answer. She looked at them and felt hard under their gaze. Okay, she said in a low voice, bringing a small smile to their faces. We will be back real soon. He gives her a smile and kissed her forehead. Don't worry, we will be with you again in just few hours. He too kissed her forehead. It's just few hours apart, then we will never leave you again. He looked into her teary eyes and kissed her eyelids. We are always with you, don't cry. He ruffled her hair and she gave them a small note. With that, the three of them left with cards. Loud music echoed through the wall of the bustling club. People dancing, laughing, enjoying themselves. Three men entered, wearing mask and cap. They head straight toward the counter where the club manager is seated. Yes, how may I help you? He speaks politely, gaining three dark stares. David Wilson. At the sound of the team manager's eyes widened and he gulped. Who are you? He stammers. The three men removed their masks and it's as if the ground beneath him slips away. King, you here? He immediately joined his hand before them. Tell us, where is David Wilson? He talks in a low voice, grabbing the manager by his collar. I can't, King. If say anything, my family will be in danger. He pleads for them to their seats. They all lift him by the collar and press it to his head. And if you don't tell us, you will tell them. Who will save your family? Manager's eyes open wide in horror as he gulped at the feet of full metal on his head. Second floor, last room, he says in terrified voice. Young shoves him away, and the three head upstairs. A moment later, the manager's body fall on the floor as young guards kill him. A smoke forms on their lips at the third, and they move forward. After reaching the corner of the floor, they unlock the door from the outside with a key and slam it open. Inside, Dave, seated on bed with a girl on his lap, who immediately jumps up in fear and their sudden arrival. A chair as the children will stand before him with cold smirk. Your father will be joining you soon. His deep voice dropped with an evil smirk. David keeps them up to screen. Enjoy your little fantasy with its last, because soon enough my dad will bury all three of you alive. He spit through it slowly in chair. Young walks up, grab his chew and licks his face. Their attitude, keep it safe. It will be so much more fun to break it with your death. He takes his nail into David's skin and shows his face. Just then a phone call interrupts them. Yes, Sophia, what, how? And who, what the hell were you even doing there? He grew into the phone with raging heart and chose it violently. His eyes turned red, jaw tense like he's ready to kill anyone. What happened? He asked, frowning at Jimin's fury. Jimin turned to him and Wine has been kidnapped. Taeyong and Jungkook's eyes widened and their breath reached. What? How? Where was Sophia? Does she know who the kidnapper is? He asked, voice tight with tension. Jungkook burning enraged flips the table, smashing it to the floor. Who the kidnapped my princess? He screams, pulling his hair in frustration. Sophia was talking to her boyfriend and Wine was kidnapped from the washroom. He said sharply, clenching his face and his knuckles like it. Then a guard enters with a phone call and offer it to Jungkook. I'm not in the mood to talk to anyone. Guards can't see his rageful eyes. Pause. It's about John. All three of them snap their head. An old man's voice comes through and Jim climbs the phone. Say your name, you are low. Chuckle on the other side makes his job plans and he cursed. What in name? Let's talk about business. If you want your fight back, bring my son to the location I have sent. His words make Jim's eyes widen. He grits his teeth. Finally, they have found the one they have been watching all this time. Wilson, he said through clenched